Ladies and gentlemen, this person has had charges dropped against them after they did one of the most horrific things that I have ever heard about. And if the mugshot is not scary enough for you, then strap yourself in, because we're going to find out a lot about this person, and it's horrifying that this person is allowed to just walk around. And why are they allowed to walk around? Well, believe it or not, they're trans. Yeah. But I wanted to start this video with something a little bit fun. Imagine being a young man and you find a picture of the woman you love more than anything in this world, your mummy, getting Yeah, that's right. Mum's getting unfair. Lucy Banks reveals the moment her son was told that she did OF. A young man has revealed the reason she turned to OF and the stomach-dropping moment her son found out. Here's a problem, ladies. I know that doing OF, and I'm saying that just for YouTube censors, you need to understand that what you're doing, you're making quick cash. It's like being a drug dealer, right? You're making quick cash, easy cash, but there's going to be a moment where it hits you back. And for drug dealers, you're going to end up in jail or whatever. You're going to end up in a crime-ridden environment. For people who shoot adult content like OF creators, it's your fucking puss, mate. You're not a creator. That's going to come back to bite you on your ass, all right? That's what's going to happen, particularly if you have kids. If you do OF and you have a child, particularly a young boy, you're a piece of shit, all right? That's just my humble opinion. A former OF star has shared the stomach-dropping moment her young son discovered her controversial career. Lucy Banks began creating explicit content in 2019 after she was newly divorced and seeking financial stability. Hey, Lucy, try a job. Haha, try one of those. She had a background in banking, maybe get back into banking, but she wanted to find work where she wouldn't have to send her children to daycare every day. Hey, I like that attitude, but surely there is a better way to do it. Actually, I will say this Lucy Banks, she says something quite profound here. They were in daycare a lot. She's talking about her kids. And I had a moment one evening when one of my sons said to me, "Do we have to go to daycare tomorrow?" she said, and it just broke me. So that night, this may not be part of the quote, that night, I decided to go upstairs and set up my tripod with my iPhone 16 and spread my pink monkey that had been stretched as that child flew out of it not too long ago and show the world why I deserve to make money at home. That's my quote, not Lucy's. Okay, so Lucy looks like a young mum. She looks like a nice lady, and I'm just talking shit, but there's Lucy's boobs. Miss Banks explained that she made her face hidden when she initially started the career, but as her following grew, so did her confidence. I became more and more comfortable. My content became more and more explicit. That's the thing. It's a dark path. It always leads down the old Vegemite highway as well. That means butthole. But it was at a pace that I was comfortable with to do it, she said. I was like, look, I can charge more if I make this content. So that's what I'm going to do. Idol! She's talking about Idol! Maybe, allegedly. At the height of her OF career, she was working 12-hour days. That's a lot of fingering. Even then, she was able to hang on, where are your kids? Even then, she was able to balance the work time with her family. I was happy to work hard. I just have to do it around the kids because that's my priority. She was also earning a lot of money, making between $1 million and $1.5 million over 4 years. The downside of this career, Miss Banks said, was that she did try to shield her kids, but the kids are always going to find out. And unfortunately, her oldest son, found out when he was 11. Somebody told him, she said, I was so careful to make sure that they were shielded from everything. It wasn't fair that someone else told him. But he was so cool about it. I had a conversation and he's like, it's fine. People do worse things for money. Oh no, Mum. Then he started to try to talk to me about it. He's like, okay, so how much do you charge for your subscribers? Because if we increase your subscription price, yuck. Mum, if you put more stuff up your bum, people are really, and I'm going to be able to get a Hot Wheels fucking dinosaur fucking giant Giant raceway for Christmas. Put something in your ass, mum, immediately. You know that big sprig of broccoli we got in the fridge? Shove that up your ass, take a photo and charge $20 and I'm getting Hot Wheels. Anyway, long story short, this article shout out was written by Mary Madigan, the woman who works in Australia, who I guarantee you is AI. She writes some of the worst articles that have ever been written. Hello, Mary. Now it's time for tonight's top story, and a transgender S-word offender with terrifying mugshot has charges dropped after trying to abduct a child. A trans S offender who was arrested for trying to kidnap a young boy outside a Colorado school will not be charged with the crime after authorities determined he was mentally incompetent. Well, you would hope, you would pray that this person is locked up in an insane asylum somewhere. Surely. I have not read this story. If they let this person onto the streets of Colorado, then America is just lost, mate. This is crazy. Solomon Gilligan from Gilligan's Island, 35, was arrested in April 2024 after allegedly walking onto the grounds of Black Forest Hills Elementary School in Aurora and tried to grab an 11-year-old during 5th grade recess. He was arrested and charged with 1 count of attempting kidnapping. I think this guy probably should have been arrested anyway. Now, in a shock move, prosecutors have announced that they plan to drop the charges against Gilligan's because he's mentally incompetent. Why is he mentally incompetent? Are you saying that because he's trans, he's mentally incompetent? That's disgusting. Spokesperson for Colorado's 18th Judicial District, Who Cares, told the Daily Mail on Monday that it's yet to file a formal motion to dismiss the case, but noted that Gilligan's being civilly committed to a mental health treatment. It's a miracle. It's exactly what this person fucking needs. You can smell the fentanyl. This guy needs assistance. Obviously, he's a horrific person, all right? Going and grabbing a child is just awful, and he should be locked up for a very, very, very long time. But he needs mental health treatment because obviously he's fucked. This is a quote from the judicial system there. Bottom line, when a defendant is found incompetent to proceed, we are legally obligated to dismiss charges. And I guess this is why people would plea insanity. So I guess that begs the question, is this person actually insane, or did they plea it with the prosecution? Did the lawyer come up with it, is my question. Our hands are tied based on the findings of competency. Oh my God. Gilligan, who is a registered S offender in Colorado, lock him up. I go back on everything I said. I go back. I should have just gone with my instinct and gone off the headline. If you are an S offender, locked up, life. Don't care, lock you up. He was convicted for non-consensual grabbing, touching or groping of a person's intimate body parts. Surveillance video in 2024 showed the incident of him chasing the child. It's only somewhat funny because they ran away. Other children in the scene yelled stranger danger, oh bless them, to alert adults to the unwanted person on school grounds. The youngster was able to escape when Gilligan tripped over a blanket he was carrying. Come on, mate. Use a nylon bag to catch your kids. The child reported that he had white powder on his face and reeked of alcohol. Oh my God, is this them, him, her? In 2011, Gilligan shared photos and details online relating to his gender transition. Well, okay, so that's a fair look. You look very trans there. But what happened? What the fuck happened? Probably it's just because he hasn't shaved, right? That's just that 5 o'clock shadow. Get him look real different. According to public records obtained by the Daily Mail, Gilligan has an extensive criminal record: assault, trespassing, theft, unlawful sexual contact. Oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, this is what apparently old Gilligan's Island said when he was transitioning. So I've started my hormone shots and I really can't wait. I'm on my hormone pills. I've been on them for 4 months. That was in 2011, and then 15 years later, they're really working, mate. They're really working. Jesus Christ, you look like you're from The Walking Dead, you fucking crazy. And I just wanted to let you all know on trans people for this part of the video that, and you all should know this, that abortion is transgender healthcare. Okay, do we all know that? For some trans-masculine people, abortion is gender-affirming care. Trans-masculine. What are you if you're trans-masculine? Are you a female that appears I'm very confused by that. I don't really understand all that, but I guess what they're saying is that men are having abortions, which trans men are having abortions. Why are we calling it transmasculine? If you're a man, okay, you're a biological man, you don't have abortions. But if you're a trans man, you can, right? You can do that because you're actually a female, okay? But you're living your life as a man, and that's fine. That's great. I wish you all the best. Because, of course, if you have a dick and then you need to get an abortion out of that dick, that is some serious suction you're going to need. You're going to need the highest quality Dyson stuck up the eye of your cock and suck those little cubes of baby out. But I understand why people are confused with the whole idea that trans people need abortions, because so many people in the trans community, and not all of them, may I add, there's a lot of trans people in this comment section on this channel that will often point out that they are very, very aware that they are not a biological woman or a biological man. They are a trans woman or a trans man, which is very, very different. They know that men can't have babies. Trans men can have babies because they have the female reproductive system. They have a vagina. They have a uterus. But I think when people start conflating that every single trans man, being born a woman, now a man, is biologically male and has always been male, and then says, oh, they can get abortions or have babies, you just sit there and go, shut the fuck up. You can't. We all know you can't. It's like dressing up for Halloween as Harry Potter and start swinging around your little wand and expecting fucking flames to come out. All right? You can sit there and pretend all day, Wingardium Leviosa's, but you can get fucked if anything's actually going to happen. If you come across a basilisk, you're fucked. I don't care if you got a Harry Potter sword. It's plastic. But just have that prefix there of trans, and then we're cool. On the topic of abortions, Lily Allen.
Abortions, I've had a few, right. But then again, I can't remember exactly how many.
What, really?
Yeah. I can't remember.
That's
yeah,
a lot.
I think maybe like, I want to say 4 or 5.
Yeah, I've had about 5 too. Lily, I've never.
Ladies,
I'm so happy I can say that,
listen,
and you can say it.
Here's my opinion, and you may disagree on abortion. I think that obviously it's not a great thing, although I guess some people treat it as something to be celebrated. Abortion should never be celebrated. It is like any other medical procedure, a medical procedure, okay? And there isn't any other medical procedure that you celebrate. So don't celebrate this. Unfortunately, some people accidentally get pregnant and they're in a part of their lives where kids make no sense. Maybe they're too young. Maybe they don't have any stable income. Maybe they're going to have a shit life for that child, or maybe they're just not ready. And they shouldn't be forced to raise someone just because. But also, when you have an abortion, you are ending a life. And you may say that it's a group of cells, but that group of cells will go on to be a human being. And that's why it's important to avoid abortions if you can. I know I sound like I'm talking to fucking idiots, but maybe I am. If you have one abortion, then okay, that's a mistake. And oh my God, like I can't believe I got pregnant. Okay, let's sort this out. Second time, you're like, oh shit, fuck, can you believe it? I feel really bad. That shouldn't have happened. Okay, I'll give you one pass. Everyone gets a pass. Second time, you're like, fucking grow up, sort your shit out. Third time, mate, that's outrageous, okay? You can't keep having abortion. Fourth time, what do you do? Fifth, holy, stop it! So get your fucking, put a condom on someone, please. Practice it. For Christ's sake, stop getting cummed in. Get the morning after pill. Get that delivered to your house every single morning by Amazon. Get Jeff Bezos on the phone now, just in case, okay? You shouldn't be having that many abortions. In fact, here's what I think should happen. It should be a law. Your first abortion, $300. Your second, $3,000. Your third, $30,000. Your fourth, $300,000. Your fifth, $3 million. You should be charged more, okay? Because you need to sort that shit out, okay? You as the woman are in charge of stopping men coming in you, okay? Sort that shit out. The pill's not great. It fucks you up mentally. Use condoms or just get him to blow in your mouth, okay? And to finish tonight's news broadcast service systems, thanks for joining us. I would like to showcase a 16-year-old boy who attends his prom in full drag. And I would like to say this. Being a 16-year-old dressing in drag is a whole lot different to a 10-year-old dressing in drag. Although I don't think it is overly appropriate for a school environment, it's not as bad. And as long as this person hasn't been indoctrinated into this way of being by parents or by social media, and he's happy, then good fucking on him. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Be dick stinks. Toodaloo, au revoir. Bye-bye.